Table 2 provides an outline classification of the phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata. L. Chordates, having a chord, i.e., the notochord. Widely diversified in size, habits and habitat. Bilaterally symmetrical, metamerically segmented, triploblastic, coelomate deuterostomes. All possess, at some stage in their life history, supporting skeletal rod or notochord, a hollow dorsal nerve cord and paired gills or gill slits, which may persist, change or disappear in the adults. Cambrian to recent. Chordates. About 50,000 species. Phylum Chordata can be divided into two groups, Acrania Protochordata and Craniata Euchordata, having contrasting characters. Table 3. Group Acrania Protochordata. Gr. A. Absent, cranian, head, or, gr. Protos, first, chord. Cord. All marine, small, primitive or lower chordates. Lacking a head, a skull or cranium, a vertebral column, jaws and brain. About 2,000 species. 27 I Chordata. An introduction. The Acrania is divided into three subphyla, Hemichordata, Urochordata and Cephalochordata, chiefly on the position of notochord. Subphylum 1. Hemichordata. Gr. Hemi, half, chord, cord. Body divided into three regions, proboscis, collar and trunk. Notochord doubtful, short, confined to proboscis arid non-homologous with that of chordates. Class 1. Enteroneusta. Gr. Enteron, gut, neustos, breathed. Body large and worm-like. Gill slits numerous. Intestine straight. Acorn or tongue worms. 3 families, 15 genera and 70 species. Balanoglossus, Saccoglossus. Class 2. Pterobranchia. Gr. Pteron, feather, branchion, gill. Body small and compact. Gill slits 1 pair or none. Intestine U-shaped. Pterobranches includes 2 orders, 3 genera and 20 species. Cephalodiscus, Rhabdopoleura. Class 3. Planctospheroideae. Transparent, round and specialized Tornaria larva, having extensively branched ciliary bands and L-shaped alimentary canal, represents this class, Planctosphaera pelagica. This form is regarded as the larval form of some unknown hemichordates. Class 4. Graptolata. The fossil graptolites, e.g. Dendrograptus, were abundant in Ordovician and Silurian periods and often placed as an extinct class under Hemichordata. Their tubular chitinous skeleton and colonial habits shew an affinity with Rhabdopoleura. Subphylum 2. Urochordata or tunicata. Gr. Aura. A tail. L. chorda, cord. Notochord and nerve cord only in tadpole-like larva. Adult sac-like, often sessile and encased in a protective tunic. Tunicates. Table 3. Contrasting characters of Protochordata and Euchordata. Group Acrania Protochordata, or lower chordata. Group B Craniata, Euchordata, or Higher chordata. 1. Exclusively marine, small-sized chordates. 1. Aquatic or terrestrial, mostly large-sized vertebrates. 2. No appendages, cephalization and exoskeleton. 2. Usually 2 pairs of appendages, well-developed head and exoskeleton present. 3. Coelom enterocelic, budding off from embryonic. 3. Coelom schistocelic, arising by splitting of mesoderm. Archenteron. 4. Notochord persistent. No skull, cranium and vertebral column. 4. Notochord covered or replaced by a vertebral column. Skull and cranium well developed. 5. Pharynx with permanent gill clefts. Endostyle present. 5. Pharyngeal gill clefts persist or disappear. Endostyle absent. 6. Heart chamberless when present. No red blood corpuscles in 6. Heart made of 2, 3 or 4 chambers. Blood contains RBC. Blood. 7. Kidneys protonephridia. 7. Kidneys meso or metanephridia. 8. Sexes separate or united. Reproduction asexual as well as 8. Sexes separate. Only sexual reproduction. Gonoducts always sexual. Gonoducts usually absent. Present. 9. Development indirect with AJREESWIMMING larval stage. 9. Development indirect or direct, with or without a larval stage. Class 1. Isidiacea. Sessile tunicates with scattered muscles in tunic. Solitary, colonial or compound. Gill clefts numerous. Ascidians or sea squirts. 2 subclass, 3 orders, 12 families, 37 genera and 1,200 species. Herdmania, Siona, Mulgula. Class 2. Thaliacea. Free-swimming or pelagic tunicates with circular muscles in tunic. Sometimes colonial. Salps or chain tunicates. 3 orders, 5 families, 9 genera and 30 species. Salper, Doliolum, Pyrosoma. Chordata. An introduction. Class 3. I. Arvacia or Appendicularia. Tiny, transparent, free-floating. Adults retain many larval features including tail. Only 2 gill slits. 2 orders, 2 families, 5 genera and 30 species. Oikopalura. Subphylum 3. Cephalochordata. Gr. Kephale. Head. L. chorda, cord. Notochord and nerve cord present throughout life along entire length of body. Class LCP Tocardi. Body fish-like, segmented with distinct myotomes and numerous gill slits. Free swimming and burrowing. Lancelots. 1 class, 1 family, 2 genera and 30 species. Branchiostomu equals Amphioxus asymmetron. About 8 species have been recognized under the genus Branchiostoma and 6 species have been recognized from the genus Asymmetron. Group B Craniate Euchordata. Aquatic or terrestrial, usually large-sized, higher chordates or vertebrates with distinct head, a vertebral column, jaws and brain protected by a skull or cranium. The craniata includes a single subphylum, the vertebrata. Subphylum IV. Vertebrata. L. vertebratus, backbone. Notochord supplemented or replaced by a vertebral column or backbone composed of overlapping vertebrae. Body divisible into head, neck, trunk and tail. Usually dioecious. Vertebrates. Largest chordate subphylum including about 46,500 species. The subphylum Vertebrata is divided into 2 divisions, Agnatha and Gnathostomata, with contrasting characters as follows. Division 1 Agnatatha. Division 2 Gnathostomata. 1. Without true jaws. 1. True jaws present. 2. Paired appendages absent. 2. Appendages paired pectoral and pelvic. 3. Inner ear with 2 semicircular canals. 3. Inner ear with 3 semicircular canals. 4. Notochord persistent in adults. 4. Notochord persists or replaced by vertebrae. Division 1 Agnatha. Gr. A. Not. Gnathos, jaw. Lawless primitive fish-like vertebrates without true jaws and paired limbs. Class 1. Ostracodicrme. Gr. Ostracon, shell, derma, skin. Several extinct orders of ancient primitive heavily armored, Paleozoic, world's first vertebrates, collectively called the ostracoderms. Sepiospus. Trypanospus. Class 2. Cyclostomata. Gr. Cyclos, circular, stoma, mouth. Body eel-shaped, without scales, jaws and lateral fins. Mouth rounded and suctorial. Gills 5 to 16 pairs. Parasites and scavengers. 45 species. Lampreys petromyzon, and hagfishes myxine. Division 2. Gnathostomata. Gr. Gnathos, jaw, stoma, mouth. Jawed vertebrates having true jaws and paired limbs. For convenience, some taxonomists further divide Gnathostomata into 2 superclasses. All the fishes and fish-like aquatic gnathostomes are placed in the superclass Pisces, whereas all the 4-footed terrestrial gnathostomes in the superclass Tetrapoda. Their contrasting features are as follows. Chordata. An introduction. Superclass 1. Pisces Superclass 2. Tetrapoda. 1. Exclusively aquatic gnathostome vertebrates. 1. Aquatic or terrestrial. Some arboreal and aerial. 2. Paired limbs, if present, as fins. 2. Paired pentadactyl limbs present. 3. Median fins present. 3. Median phyrus absent. 4. Skin usually moist and scaly. 4. Skin usually dry and cornified. 5. Respiration aquatic, by gills. 5. Respiration aerial, by lungs. 6. Sense organs functional in water. 6. Sense organs functional in air. Superclass J Pisces. Elpisys, fish. Fishes or fish-like aquatic forms with paired as well as median fins, gills and scaly skin. Class 1. Placodermy. Several extinct orders of primitive earliest jawed fishes of Paleozoic with bony head shield movably articulated with trunk shield. Placoderms. Climatius. Dinichthyes. Class 2. Chondrichthyes. Gr. Chondros. Cartilage. Ichthyes. Fish. Mostly marine. Cartilaginous endoskeleton. Skin with placoid scales. Gill slits not covered by operculum. Pelvic claspers in male. Cartilaginous fishes. Approximately 600 species. Scoliodon, dogfish, chimera, ratfish. Class 3. Osteichthyes. Gr. Osteon. Bone. Ichthyes. Fish. Freshwater and marine. Endoskeleton mostly bony. Skin having various types of scales, cycloid, ctenoid other than placoid. Gill slits covered by operculum. Males without claspers. Bony fishes. 20,000 species. Labeo, rohu, protopterus, lungfish, hippocampus, seahorse. Superclass 2. Tetrapoda. Gr. Tetra. 4. Podos, foot. Land vertebrates with 2 pairs of pentadactyl limbs, cornified skin and lungs. Class 1. Amphibia. Gr. Amphi. Both. Bios. Life. Larval stage usually aquatic and breathes by gills. Adult typically terrestrial and respires by lungs. Skin moist, glandular and with no external scales. Heart 3-chambered. Amphibians. Approximately 2,500 species. Rana, frog, bufo, toad, ambystoma, salamander. Class 2. Keptalia. L. reptilis, creeping. Terrestrial tetrapods. Skin dry, covered by ectodermal horny scales or bony plates. Heart incompletely 4-chambered. Cold-blooded. Respiration by lungs. 7,000 species. Hemidactylus wall lizard, Omastix spiny-tailed lizard, Naja, cobra, Sphenodon, Crocodilus, crocodile. Class 3. Aves. L. avis, bird. Typically flying vertebrates covered with feathers. Forames modified into wings. No teeth in beak. Heart 4-chambered. Warm-blooded. Birds. About 9,000 species. Struthio, African ostrich, columba, pigeon, Gallus fowl. Class 4. Mammalia. L. mama, breast. Body covered by hair. Skin glandular. Female with mammary glands which secrete milk for suckling the young. Heart 4-chambered. Warm-blooded. Air-breathing vertebrates. 4,500 species. Echidna, spiny anteater, Macropus, kangaroo, rams, rat, homo, man. Important questions. Long answer type questions. 1. Discuss the features in which chordates show an advancement over non-chordates. 2. Discuss the similarities and differences between chordates and higher chordates in detail. 3. Classify phylum Chordata up to classes giving the important characters and examples of each group. Chordata. An introduction. Short answer type questions. 1. Give the main characteristics of phylum Chordata. 2. Draw a comparison between chordates and non-chordates. 3. Distinguish between I. Protochordata and Euchordata, Civ Pisces and Tetrapoda. 4. Write short notes on I. Chorda dorsalis, E. Pharyngeal. Multiple choice questions. 1. Which of this is not a chordate character? A. A dorsal or hollow tubular nerve cord. B. A longitudinal supporting rod-like notochord. C. A series of pharyngeal gill slits. D. Diploblastic. 2. Notochord is confined to proboscis in A. Urochordata. B. Hernichordata. C. Cephalochordata. D. Chordata. 3. Placoid scales are present in A. Hippocampus. B. Scuodon. C. Labeo. D. Protopterus. 4. First-jawed vertebrates belong to class A. Cyclostomata. B. Placodermi. C. Ostracodermi. D. Chondrichthyes. 5. The endoskeleton of chordate animals is A. Living structure. B. Living structure without growth. C. Living structure with growth. D. Non-living structure. 6. Which of the following is present in all chordates? A. Umbilical cord. B. Ventral tubular nerve cord. C. Dorsal tubular nerve cord. E. Pseudocoelom. 7. One of the following primitive class of chordates containing amphiaxis and a few related forms, which are all marine. A. Cephalochordata. B. Urochordata. C. Hernichordata less than D. Vertebrata. 8. Which of the following is a chordate but not a vertebrate? A. Cata. B. Hippocampus. C. Hemidactyrius. D. Amphioxus. 9. Name the primitive worm-like animals having certain chordate features such as gill clefts and a small notochord in the anterior region of the head only. E. Acrania and craniata. E. Agnatha and gnathostomata. Gill slits. E. Hernichordata. IV. Urochordata. V. Tetrapoda. A. Cephalochordata. B. Hernichordata. C. Urochordata. D. None of the above. 10. Which of the following is not a characteristic of members of Urochordata or Tunicata? A. Notochord and hollow central nervous system are present only in the larval stage. B. The body is externally covered by a thick cellulose cuticle or tunic. C. The column is absent. D. None of the above. 11. Name the animal group whose members are considered doubtful chordates. A. Urochordata. B. Hernichordata. C. Cephalochordata. D. All of the above. 12. Which of the following is a characteristic of members of the subphylum Urochordata? A. Worm-like animals that live in burrows, in the muddy bottom of the shore. B. Cranium or brain box distinct. C. Both the notochord and the nerve cord are well developed. D. Notochord found in larva and is confined to the tail only. 13. Chordates with a backbone are called A. Invertebrates. B. Protochordates. C. Vertebrates. D. Hemichordates. 14. Which of the following animals is not a vertebrate? A. Fish. B. Frog. C. Seahorse. D. Sea squirt. 15. Scales in the sharks are A. Cycloid. B. Ctenoid. C. Placoid. D. Gonoid. 16. Which of the following is an amniot animal? A. Labeo. B. Crocodilus. C. Columba. D. Rattus. Answers.